Welcome to the English section of Matrix DigiLearn, and today we are going to discuss about antonyms. In our previous videos, we have discussed about synonyms. Synonyms, as we know, are not meaning. Synonyms are closely related or closely associated meaning. Similarly, antonyms are not opposites, are words which are not close. So that's why you sometimes get questions like which of the word is farthest in meaning to the given word. I mean, sometimes it is antonym, but remember this: if you ever get a question which is farthest, know that they're asking the antonym. So antonym is not exactly the opposite, but you can say farthest from the word which is farthest in meaning from the given word. So that is antonyms. And in all the videos, I keep on telling you the importance of antonyms, why we should culture vocabulary, vocabulary, sorry, why we should culture vocabulary, why is vocabulary important, and what all the things we should do in order to culture vocabulary. Guys, as you understand, vocabulary is which you need throughout your lifetime. Don't take it as a short term thing. If you are planning vocabulary as a short term arrangement, you will always find yourself wanting. Means always you will find that your vocabulary is weak and you keep on complaining. Abhi nahi, for a very long time, you will keep on complaining saying मेरा vocabulary अच्छा नहीं है, मेरा word collection अच्छा नहीं है, मुझे ये word का meaning नहीं मालूम है. You will keep on crying all this, guys. So what I am trying to say is, whenever you are developing vocabulary, always keep it long term, and it will take time. No big deal. Now just tell me one thing: your mother tongue. Now, in your mother tongue, do you know all the words that is there in the mother tongue? Are you an expert in all the words? As students, I'm not talking about exceptional cases. There are exceptional cases, students who are students of literature, Odia or Hindi or the Telugu or Tamil or Gujarati, Marathi. So their mother tongue, whatever Bengali and whatever be your mother tongue, there are exceptional cases. You might be a student of that language and you might be an expert on that, but no, not generally. Generally, you aren't expert. Even at this age, after speaking your mother tongue for so long, you cannot claim that I know all the words in my mother tongue. सारा words मेरा mother tongue का जो मुझे मालूम है. You cannot say that. So English is a foreign language, not an Indian language even. मेरा मातृभाषा नहीं है English. ना कि वो Indian language है. It's a foreign language. It's not even an Indian language. So how do you think that you can culture vocabulary overnight? है ना? I've spoken about this in my previous videos on vocabulary and all. So I'll straight go away into the questions. Do it every day. Whatever vocabulary questions, not this video is in order to just help you to push you into the process, to start the process, and everyday culture vocabulary. The best way of culturing vocabulary is doing tests. Do not try mugging up. रट्टा लगाने का कोशिश मत करो. Don't parrot. Right? No parroting we say it. Trying to mug up. Don't do it. अगर रट्टा लगाने का कोशिश करोगे वोकेबलरी भूल जाओगे. मैं ये गारंटी देता हूँ. मैं ये गारंटी देता हूँ 48 आवर्स 72 आवर्स एक वीक के अंदर सब वाइट वॉश हो जाएगा. यानी ऑल दैट टाइम दैट यू इन्वेस्टेड वो सारा का सारा बर्बाद. सो मेरा जो तरीका है, व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू सजेस्ट इज every day at least 20 words. There are hundreds of sources from where you can practice vocabulary every day. So every day keep on doing. If you are doing 20 questions every day, in 30 days you would have done something around 600 words, right? No, now if you have done 600 words in 30 days, if you are practicing for a period of say 6 months and all, so imagine each word you would have revised at least 5 7 times. And if you are revising that word or you are coming across that word, उस word को बार बार देख रहे हो, टेस्ट में दे रहे हो. पहले बार when you came across that word, It was all blank. I'm sorry. It was all blank. कुछ पता नहीं था वो word है क्या. Now second time after many days when you are doing this continuously, you are doing the test, बार बार test दिए जा रहे हो, and suddenly you again come across that word. Then you think, oh हाँ ये word मैं पहले I had come across, मैं ये word पहले देखा था, मुझे इसका meaning मैं आंसर में देखा था, क्या है क्या है क्या है. You try to guess. देन क्या होता है, वो याद आता नहीं. अल्टीमेटली यही होता है, वो फिर याद आता नहीं है. देन एक बहुत कोशिश करके एक वर्ड को वाइल्ड गेस यू डू, एंड जब आंसर चेक करते हो तो वो उसका आंसर गलत निकलता. हो सकता है सही हो सकता है कि सही हो, बट गलत निकलेगा. अब जब गलत निकलेगा तो फिर जब आंसर देखो, अरे यार सही है, लास्ट टाइम मैं देखा था ये वर्ड में कोई याद कैसे नहीं आया. अगेन यू कीप ऑन डूइंग इट. अगेन यू कम अक्रॉस अ थर्ड टाइम. नाउ अब ये जो थर्ड टाइम तुम उस वर्ड को देखोगे, इस बार तुम्हारा आंसर सही होगा, बिकॉज योर ब्रेन नाउ अंडरस्टैंड्स दैट ये वर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं तीन तीन बार देख चुका हूं, सो दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. तो चलो मैं इसको स्टोर कर लेता हूं. द मोमेंट योर ब्रेन फील्स दैट दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, ब्रेन को जब लगने लगता है कि ये इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि बार बार ये वर्ड आ रहा है और मुझे याद रखना है, तो वो उसको स्टोर कर लेगा, है ना. तो इसी तरह से वोकैबुलरी प्रैक्टिस किया जाता है, ना कि कोई रट्टा लगा के. कभी नहीं होगा. एंड सेकेंड मेथड, पढ़ो, स्टोरी बुक्स पढ़ो, मैगजीन्स पढ़ो, कुछ भी जो इंटरेस्टिंग है वो पढ़ो. बोरिंग चीज मत पढ़ना, कुछ भी इंटरेस्टिंग है पढ़ो. या तो तुम लोग जैसे कि स्टूडेंट्स हो, अगर एग्जाम्स दे रहे हो, एंट्रेंसेस दे रहे हो, तो फिर न्यूज़पेपर ओबियसली पढ़ना जरूरी होता है, बिकॉज करंट अफेयर्स के साथ में यू हैव टू बी अपडेटेड. तो वो पढ़ो. जितना ज्यादा पढ़ रहे हो उतना अच्छा वोकैबुलरी डेवलप होगा. दोनों तरफ से फायदा होगा. एक, जब तुम टेस्ट दे रहे हो तो वो वर्ड सुन रहे हो, और जब न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ रहे हो या मैगजीन पढ़ रहे हो या तो कोई स्टोरी बुक पढ़ रहे हो, तो वो वर्ड वहां पे देख रहे हो, तो तुमको लगेगा कि अरे हाँ ये वर्ड यानी यूज होता है. ऐसे में जब पढ़ोगे लगता है कि यार ये वर्ड क्या है, व्हाई शुड आई यूज दिस वर्ड, व्हाई शुड आई रिमेंबर दिस वर्ड, व्हाट इज द पॉइंट इन रिमेंबरिंग दिस वर्ड. यार ये वर्ड तो मैं कभी सुना नहीं, ये वर्ड तो मैं कभी बोला नहीं, कोई बोलता नहीं है, कोई यूज करता नहीं, मेरे दिमाग में ये आइडिया. द टिल आई हैव दिस आइडिया इन माई ब्रेन इज नॉट गोइंग टू स्टोर द वर्ड. But when I start reading magazines, novels, newspaper, then my brain feels अरे हाँ यार ये वर्ड तो यूज हो रहा है. यानी मैं जो पहले सोच रहा था कि ये वर्ड बेकार है यार, इसको कोई यूज करता नहीं, नहीं यार हो तो रहा है, वर्ड तो यूज हो रहा है. So then what your brain does, it starts storing those words. Your brain opens up, it is receptive to these kind of words, and then you develop vocabulary. आसान तरीका यार, इतना दिमाग लगाते नहीं है हम लोग. हम लोग को लगता है कि यार ना समथिंग शुड हैपन, अ मैजिक शुड हैपन, a magic should happen, or bus my vocabulary is no, I can challenge the dictionary, I can challenge the dictionary. मैं डिक्शनरी से भी ज्यादा वर्ड्स नो मेरा दिमाग में आ जाएगा अचानक से. और अब ये जो मिरेकल के चक्कर में आज तक मैं उस कोशिश किया नहीं, और आज मेहनत कर रहा हूं कि कैसे याद रखूं, है ना. सो स्टार्ट, लेट्स स्टार्ट. रिमेंबर माय टिप्स, and whenever you have any questions or queries and all, you can always post that. Fine, let's begin. Now the first word is conspicuous. Conspicuous means which is visible, which is very much visible, or which is marked by its presence. यानी वो है, पता चल रहा है, दिख रहा है, क्लियर है. So that is conspicuous. ऑपोजिट एंटोनिम, वी नीड द एंटोनिम ऑफ दैट वर्ड, यानी जो नहीं दिख रहा है या जो जो छिपा हुआ है. सो इट इज ऑब्सक्योर, विच इज हिडन. ऑब्सक्योर मीन्स विच इज हिडन, सो इट इज ऑप्शन बी. ओवियस, जो होना है, ओवियस, यू नो द मीनिंग. Blatant means directly, no, without any tactfulness and all. Blatant, सीधा, सीधा सीधी. We say no, सफेद झूठ बोलता है वो, इट्स अ ब्लैकेंट लाई, सो एकदम डायरेक्ट. Definite, you know. Then the next word is deficit. Deficit means less. Opposite क्या होगा? Surplus. Surplus, you know, that's a common word. Surplus means more. उसका antonym is deficit, यानी कमी, किसी चीज में कमी, that is deficit. We say no, deficit budget. There is a deficit budget. So then opposite is surplus. जरूरत से ज्यादा is surplus. Opposite is deficit. Superfluous means which is flowing on the top. super Super means upar. Flu is the root word for fluid. Flu is the root word for flow. Flu word से fluid word बना है. FLUID word has come from the root word flu. FLU. And flu means to flow. Which flows on the top is superfluous. Then explicit means which is said openly or very clearly, which is said or shown clearly or openly without no any hiding. And opposite is implicit. Implicit means which is not given clearly, not said clearly, you have to understand it. That is implicit. Clear? Amateurish. Amateur means जो नया नौ सीखा, जो नया नया सीख रहा है वो amateur है. And the opposite would be I'm sorry, the opposite would be professional, right? Opposite would be professional. Seasoned means one who has no, normally we say seasoned means one who has faced all kinds of situations, or one who is who can handle all situations. So seasoned, we say he's a seasoned warrior, or we say no, he's a seasoned player. So means one who has is a, you can say, expert or professional. In that sense we use seasoned. Train to malum. Then amenable. Amenable means one who is willing to, one who agrees to, one who is friendly. So that is amenable. So opposite would be unwilling, one who is not willing to, right? Then inattentive, who is not attentive. Acquiescent means one who is agrees to. Same as amenable. It is same as amenable means trying to please somebody or to agree to something, that is amenable. Distrustful. Distrustful means on whom you cannot trust, जिस पे भरोसा नहीं किया जा सकता है. That is distrustful. Perfect. The opposite is imperfect. It is very clearly given. The antonym is imperfect. Defect, complete, ugly. These are four common words which you are aware of. Augment means to add. Augment means to add, or a is supplement, or add or supplement. So opposite or antonym would be to decrease. Antiquated means which is old. Antique we know. Antiquated, which is old. So is interesting in a old way. It is interesting. So antiquated would be modern. Antiquated would be modern. एंटिक. एंटिक मीन्स जो बहुत पुराना है. एंटिक है बहुत पहले वक्त का है. सो इट इज एंटिक. सो ऑपोजिट इज मॉडर्न. रिनोवेट मीन्स टू मेक समथिंग न्यू. आई मीन किसी चीज को उसको और थोड़ा सा लिपा पोती करके, थोड़ा सजा उजा के, टू रिनोवेट, टू अगेन make an old thing with a little bit of repair work or decoration to make it look new, like. So that is renovate. Callous is one who is insensitive. Hardened, यानी उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. He is not careful. He is or very highly insensitive to things. That is callous. So opposite is sensitive. Gentle. Persuasive means to persuade, to try and ask somebody, किसी को किसी चीज के लिए थोड़ा सा कन्विंस करना, मोटिवेट करना, उस काम के लिए उसको उसको बोल बोल के उसको करवाना. तो persuade. Caring. Garrulous means one who is talkative. Garrulous means one who is very talkative, one who talks or laughs loudly rather. So that is garrulous. So simple way you can remember, garrulous means talkative. So the opposite is quiet. The opposite is quiet or shant. Exaggerated, बढ़ा चढ़ा के. to speak in a no, little exaggerated, in a little बढ़ा चढ़ा के कुछ बोलना, that is exaggeration. Then evolve. Evolve means to develop. Evolve means to develop or to come out. So evolve. Uh, so it is to withdraw. Yani evolve is to slowly develop, to slowly come out. Withdraw means to go within. So that is withdraw. Suspend, stop, withhold. Withhold means to रोक लेना, किसी चीज को रोक लेना. So that is withhold. Here withdraw यानी अंदर, to go back, that is withdraw, right? So the opposite antonym of evil is withdraw. Then professional. Professional means one who is very, very expert in his work, one who is very, you can say, good at his work, one who has got a very disciplined approach towards his work or responsibility. So हम लोग उसको professional बोलते हैं. And here opposite would be amateur. Adept and dexter both mean skillful. Adept and expert both mean skillful. So you can say it is a synonym for professional. Dabbler. Dabbler means one who is not serious about his work, or one who is because he doesn't know, or he is not serious about, because he does not know it, or he does not want to learn it. So dabbler, who tries to show that I know, but he does not know, who tries to portray as if he knows, उसको सब कुछ पता है, वैसे वो act करता है, but उसको नहीं मालूम. So उसको dabbler बोलता है. And so the opposite is amateur, means one who is a learner. Then disparage. Disparage is to to censure, to criticize, or to not appreciate, to not appreciate someone, or not appreciable. Anything which is not appreciable is disparage. So opposite is to compliment. Compliment means to say somebody that बहुत अच्छा काम किए हो, very good, keep it up. इसको we say it as compliment. You have done it nice, you have done it perfectly, you have done it good. So appreciating somebody, that's a kind of a compliment. So that's compliment, right? Comfort, connect, convince. These are the three common words which you know. Now, resourcefulness. Resourcefulness means a person who is resourceful, means he has lot of skills, or he has lot of network, और उससे बहुत कुछ काम बन सकता है, उससे बहुत कुछ काम बन सकता है, या वो बहुत कुछ काम कर सकता है. काम का आदमी. Resourcefulness means काम. Resourceful means काम का आदमी. So resourcefulness. So opposite of that would be incompetence. Opposite of that would be incompetence. यानी जिसको कुछ, जिससे कुछ नहीं होता. He is not competent. He is not good. यानी उससे कुछ नहीं हो पाता. So incompetent. One who cannot do anything, that is incompetent. Bankrupt. Bankruptcy means in Hindi we says दिवालिया. दिवालिया हो जाना, यानी no, he's I mean he has no money left. He has no money left, and he's in a very, very poor, bad financial state. So we call it as bankruptcy. Stupidity, that's a common word again. Stupid is stupidity. And someone who does an act, बुद्धू या उल्लू की तरह कोई काम करता, so we say stupidity, right? Adamant. Adamant means one who is stubborn. यानी जो सोचा है बस वही, किसी का बात सुनता नहीं है, जो दिल में आता वो करता है. And he is adamant. Adamant means stubborn. If he has to do this, he will do this. He will not listen to anyone. He is not flexible. He is hardened, you can say. So that is adamant. Opposite of adamant is yielding, or you can yeah, adamant we can say yielding. Yielding means one who listens to others, or one who is ready to compromise, or one who compromises, that is yielding. Who agrees to others what they say. Adamant means he does not listen to what others says, and is stubborn. He is not flexible. Liberal means one who is not a hardliner. Tolerant means who is also who tolerates others' views, opinion, and all that, tolerant. And permissive means permission. So from that, permissive, which is allowed, is permissive. So adamant, antonym is yielding. Orderly. Orderly means which is arranged in a proper manner or in a proper fashion. सही तरीके से उसको arrange किया गया है और या रखा गया है. So it is orderly, which is arranged in a very proper manner. So it is orderly. The opposite would be chaotic. The opposite is which is chaotic. यानी पूरा उल्टा पुल्टा है. It is a complete chaos. That is chaotic. Semitic means there's a particular kind of people, particularly the Jews and the Arabs. Jews are known as Semites. Jews are known as Semites, or rather you can say people belonging to the West Asia and Africa. So they are known as some parts of Africa. They are known as Semites. So from there comes the word Semitic. Colic means a sudden pain in the abdomen. पेट में बहुत सीरियस, बहुत सडनली बहुत सीरियस पेन होना बच्चों का, particularly बच्चों का. So we say it is colic. Colic pain. Democracy is what everyone knows. India is a democracy. Then hindrance means obstacle. Hindrance means an obstacle, badha, right? Hindrance is an obstacle, hurdle, badha. So that is hindrance. And here is to यानी किसी का काम को रोकना, बाधा देना, that is hindrance. Opposite is assist. Assistance means to help somebody or to assist somebody is assistance, the antonym of this. Approval, to allow. Approbation, getting an official permission. Approbation is getting an official approval or official permission, that is approbation. And authorization, to authorize somebody that तुमको मैं दे दिया तो आज से तुम्हारा ये responsibility, तुम इसको देखोगे या तुम इसको करोगे. That is known as authorization, to authorize somebody to do something, right? So that is authorization. Then aversion. Aversion means a strong dislike for something. So aversion is a strong dislike for something. I have an aversion. For say lethargy. I have an aversion for lethargy. Means those who are lazy or lethargic, I strongly dislike them. I don't like. So I have an aversion towards lethargy. So aversion, not liking. So opposite is obviously liking. The liking word is given. So option A is the antonym of it. That is liking. Avoid, avoids avoidance. Awareness, hatred are simple common words. I'm sure you know it. Influx. Influx is when a large number of people, when they come into an area, we call it as influx. A lot of people, when they come into a particular area, that is exodus. You can say also immigration. Immigration means to immigrate, to come. So influx is when a large number of people, because of any reason, like might be there is like as it was happening in people were fleeing from Afghanistan, people were fleeing from West Asia when this ISIS crisis was going on, when there was this the Taliban took over Afghanistan, so people were moving away to other countries. So in the when they come into that country, that is known as influx. Under ana, that is influx. So opposite is exodus. When the people leave a particular country, उस देश से जब लोग जाते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग देश छोड़ के जब जाते हैं, उसको एक्सोडस बोला जाता है. बहुत सारे लोग जब किसी कारणवश किसी कारण के लिए उस देश को बहुत सारे लोग इकट्ठे छोड़ के जाते हैं, तब उसको एक्सोडस बोलते हैं, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ. और वही लोग जब किसी देश के अंदर आते हैं तो उसको इनफ्लक्स बोला जाता है. Right? Reflex action means no, when someone is very fast or agile, then we call it as a reflex action. And deflection, divert कर देना. Deflect, divert कर देना, that is deflection. ठीक है? चलो नेक्स्ट, निबल। निबल मीन्स छोटा 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 थोड़ा थोड़ा करके खाना, यानी या तो खाना पसंद नहीं है, या तो भूख नहीं है, या वॉट एवर बी द रीजन, बट ईटिंग इन स्मॉल पीसेस, बहुत ही नो विथ अ लॉट ऑफ डिसइंटरेस्ट टू ईट समथिंग, दैट इज निबल। एंड द ऑपोजिट वुड बी टू swallow, एक साथ पूरा खा लेना, दैट इज swallow, opposite. Devour means is to, again, to and completely consume, or to completely eat away, but devour has got a different application. Devour is not used in case of this eating. Hmm. Consume is also not appropriate in this context. Consume means to use up, consume means to use up something, but here nibble means not to eat in a very disinterested manner. Swallow means to eat completely, eat something at once, that is swallow. Munch means to eat in a chewing manner, chaba chaba ke khana, that is known as munch, right? Then mitigate. Mitigate means to give away. Mitigate means to distribute or to give away. So here it is to uh, abate. Opposite is abate. Abate means to stop. Abate means to stop. Alleviate. Alleviate means to go away, to give away. That is alleviate. The seeing the he could alleviate the fear among the people by his presence. He could alleviate the fear from among the people by his presence, यानी लोगों के अंदर से वो डर निकाल सका, भगा सका उसका अपना presence से. So that is alleviate. Aggravate means something becoming no बढ़ जाना, कोई चीज बढ़ जाना. Normally bad we use it, एक बुरा ये पे we use it. Aggravate is not used in a positive sense, it is used in a negative one. Aggravate means become from bad to worse, और बुरा होता जाना, तो that is aggravate. LA means to calm down. LA means to calm down, soothe, शांत करना, that is LA. Abate means to stop. Mitigate means to give or distribute. Abate means to stop, to slowly come to a halt, that is we rather say abate. How do we use it? The storm has abated, यानी जो साइक्लोन या जो हवा तेज हवा चल रहा था वो रुक गया, या तो रेन, बहुत जोर से बारिश हो रहा था, so the rain has abated. That is how we use that word. Clear? Then zenith. Zenith means peak. The topmost point, the peak is known as zenith. So the bottommost point or the lowest point is known as nadir. The bottommost point is known as nadir. The lowest point, like zenith is the topmost point, peak point, the bottommost point, extreme. Topmost, opposite, bottommost, which is nadir. And atom, so it's pronounced am, that is again zenith or peak, it is zenith or peak. Climax, the end, and crisis, that's a simple word, you know it. Clear? Misdemeanor. Demeanor means the outwardly look or the way someone outwardly conducts himself. That is demeanor. Outwardly look, you can say. Misdemeanor means to misbehave, or to behave in an improper manner, or to behave in a discourteous way. So that is means ठीक तरीके से पेश नहीं आना, that is misdemeanor, to misbehave, rather can put it this way. So here opposite will be courtesy. Opposite will be courtesy. Humility, humble, one who is humble, that is humility. One who is not a person who boasts and says about himself, not that. I'm sorry. Cowardice, being a coward, यानी थोड़ा डरपोक होना, that is cowardice. डरपोक, coward, डरपोक. डरपोक होना, cowardice, an act of cowardice. It was considered as an act of cowardice. डरपोक जैसा बिहेव करना, काम करना, that is cowardice. Artisan means a skilled worker. Artisan means a skilled worker. So opposite would be option B, unskilled labor. 23, artisan will be, as artisan means a skilled labor. So the antonym of that will be an unskilled labor. Ignorant villager. Ignorant means one who does not know anything. That is where we use ignorant. यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं यूज होगा? It is because here we said it is about artisan means a skilled labor, right? When we are talking about a skilled labor, so the opposite would be unskilled, right? So it is ignorant villager. It is making specific villager, and more of ignorant जिसको कुछ मालूम नहीं. And villager, so a artisan does not means a skilled villager. It's a skilled person, you can say. So there we use it. Then skilled sculptor. It is the same as artisans, can be kind of a skilled person. So it is antonym is unskilled, right? Amalgamate. When two big commercial companies they join together, when they become one, they merge, that is known as amalgamate, right? दो बड़े बड़े कंपनियां जब मिल जाते हैं, जैसे कि कुछ साल तक बहुत, ऑफ कोर्स वो लोग मिले नहीं थे, वो लोग मिल के काम कर रहे थे, जैसे हीरो होंडा, मारुति सुजुकी, ये लोग मिल के काम करते, मिल नहीं गए थे ईच अदर में कंप्लीटली, यानी वो लोग और अलग नहीं हो सकते, एक ही कंपनी हो गए वो लोग, तो उसको एमलगेमेट बोलते हैं, मर्ज यू कैन से. सो एसिमिलेट मीन्स टू समा जाना, इकट्ठा हो जाना, एसिमिलेट. So separate. So amalgamate means to get together. Separate means alag ho jana. So separate is the antonym for the word amalgamate. Integrate, again to get together, to bring together is integrate, and combine is again together, right? Then antique. Antique means which is old, which is old, or which is interesting or peculiar in a old fashioned way, or with something which is old but is attractive and it is interesting, that is antique. So opposite would be new. Opposite would be new. Boutique. Everyone knows boutique, where there's a collection of this clothes and all that. Those is a new kind of a boutique, we call it. Obsolete means which has gone out of use. Obsolete is something which has gone out of use. We can say the technology, the pager. I'm sure most of you don't know and no idea about what pager is. Before the mobile phones came, and before and after the landline phones, means landline phone बाहर जा रहा था, मोबाइल फोन्स आने वाले थे, बीच में कुछ साल, शायद एक दो साल के इंडिया में, आई कैन से एक दो साल के लिए या एक साल के लिए, देयर केम अ टेक्नोलॉजी व्हिच वाज नोन एज अ पेजर, राइट? लेटर यू कैन फाइंड आउट व्हाट दैट पेजर इज. बस एक साल दो साल फिर वो आउट हो गया क्योंकि मोबाइल आ गया. So the pager has became obsolete within a year or two. Physic means the build of a person, यानी एक जन का जो built है, physical build, उसको physic बोलते हैं. Then taciturn is one who is reserved, one who is very reserved, या silent, one who talks less, ज्यादा बातचीत नहीं करता है, बस अपने दायरे में रहता है, कम बातचीत करता है. So silent kind of a person is known as taciturn, right? Right. He was, although he looked taciturn, but he wasn't, or his taciturn nature made people feel he was an introvert, right? His taciturn nature made people feel that he was an introvert. क्योंकि वो ज्यादा बातचीत नहीं करता, लोगों को लगता था कि वो वो इंट्रोवर्ट है. इंट्रोवर्ट मीन्स लोगों से घुलता मिलता नहीं है, बस अपने ही अंदर सीमित रहता है. सो shy, you can say. So that is introvert. That is how it is used in a sentence. So if it is silent or one who is who talks less, talkative, so the opposite would be talkative. The opposite would be talkative. Immense means बहुत ज़्यादा. Immense means बहुत ज़्यादा. I take no, it's an immense pleasure to meet you. Means तुमसे मिलना एक it's a बहुत ज़्यादा. I am feeling happy. Immense pleasure to meet you. Right? Then impeccable. Impeccable means flawless. Impeccable means flawless. Where there is no mistake. गलती का कोई गुंजाइश नहीं है. Where there is no flaw, no mistake, that is impeccable. How do we use it? His manners are impeccable, or his dressing sense is impeccable, or he speaks an impeccable, say, English. So, where there is no flaw, there is no mistake, absolutely right. So, there we use the word impeccable. Opposite would be faulty. I know you have guessed it. So opposite is faulty, where there is a lot of mistakes. Flashy, flashy is no, which is very showy. यानी बहुत चमकीला नो दिख रहा है, बहुत चमकीला kind of thing. I mean, like normally flashy we don't use in a positive way. यानी जो कि हो सकता है कि थोड़ा चीप हो या कुछ ज़्यादा अच्छा ना हो. सो वो थोड़ा सा ना, जैसे मेला में हम लोग मेले में जाते हैं तो बहुत सारे सामान देखते हैं जो कि बहुत सस्ता होता है, बहुत दिखता बहुत अच्छा है. सो उसको हम लोग फ्लैशी बोलते हैं, यानी उसका लाइफ ज़्यादा नहीं होता है, कॉस्ट बहुत कम होता है और दिखता बहुत अच्छा है. सो दैट इज नोन एज फ्लैशी. Tedious, tedious means tiresome. Tedious means which is very tiring, थका देने वाला कुछ. So tedious, heavy, which is very laborsome. So that is hard work, which requires a lot of hard work. Tedious. Then bane. Bane means abhishap. Bane means curse. So opposite is boon, right? Say cyclone is a bane to say Orissa and West Bengal, or Andhra. You can say this eastern belt of in the Bay of Bengal. So cyclone is a bane on the eastern coast. Means every आए दिन साइक्लोन आता रहता है ये कोस्ट में एंड पता नहीं. सो दैट इज बेन, यानी कर्स, अभिशाप. बून, बून मीन्स अगेन ऑपोजिट ऑफ इट, आशीर्वाद, राइट. Disadvantage and profit, that's a common word, you know. Ignominious, ignominious, ignominious. Ignominious means disgraceful. Disgraceful यानी बेइज्जत, जिसका कोई इज्जत नहीं है, जिसको कोई रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलता, डिसरेस्पेक्टफुल, उसको ignominious we say it. So opposite would be honorable. The antonym of that would be honorable. Ignominious means one who is not respectful, not disgraceful, dishonorable. So opposite would be honorable. Then clever, valuable, desirable. You know all these words. Then fastidious. Fastidious, guys, can be used in two different ways. पहला है, it's a negative way. Fastidious means one who is very difficult to please. यानी to make him feel happy, it is very difficult. Why it is very difficult to please him, यानी उसको खुश करना या उसको satisfy करना. Why it is very difficult? Because he pays attention to minute details. छोटा छोटा details को वो बहुत ध्यान देता है. He pays attention to minute details. इसके चलते he is fastidious. Means it is very difficult to please him because he pays attention to minute details. छोटा छोटा details को वो बहुत ध्यान देता है. यानी he is very very particular about his things. You can say that. So with that, the opposite would be someone who is shabby. Means shabby means रख रखाव ठीक नहीं है, is not careful. he is not attentive to anything, he is in a very not maintaining or carrying himself in a proper manner, so we call it as shabby, not in a good or a proper manner. So fastidious, here in this context, we are using fastidious means someone who is very, very particular about things, who is very careful, one who is flawless, impeccable, and all. And opposite is shabby. Shallow means one who is, you can say, very low or mean. You can say that there also we use the word shallow, or we can also use where it doesn't have the depth of something, depth of knowledge or है नहीं उसके पास, so we call it as shallow. Courteous, discourteous, you know that courtesy means one who shows manners or courtesy towards somebody. When it does not, it is discourteous, right? It is discourteous. It is a discourteous to sit when an elderly person is standing. यानी जब कोई बड़े बुजुर्ग खड़े हैं उस समय बैठे रहना is discourteous, right? Then enormous. Enormous again is a common word, yani huge. Enormous means huge. So opposite would be yes, tiny, very good. Tiny, C is the option. The very easy one, soft, average, weak, all these words you know. The challenge comes no when you are doing the synonym or antonym. The challenge is जबकि जो चार ऑप्शंस दिए होते हैं ना वो चारों ऑप्शन में दो या तीन जो वर्ड्स हैं वो मुझे मालूम नहीं. देयर इज द ट्रबल. एटलीस्ट अगर दो वर्ड्स भी इफ आई डोंट नो या एक वर्ड भी इफ आई डोंट नो दैट बिकम्स अ रियल ट्रबल. If I know all the four words which are given option A, B, C, D, the answer is very easy. Like see this one, enormous, soft, tiny, average, weak. All the four words you know. It is easy to do it. But when the four words are no such which are not I don't have much idea और उसमें से एक दो वर्ड ऐसे भी हैं जो मैं सुना नहीं कभी और it's difficult for me. So then that there is a confusion और डर लगता है कि कहीं गलत ना हो जाए मेरा आंसर. So that is always there. Then artificial, red, natural, truthful, solid. See again, that's a very simple. All the options A, B, C, D are very simple ones. The artificial, obviously you know, it is not exactly truthful, but antonym wise we can take it as truthful. Uh, Artificial, no, we can say natural. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Artificial is natural. I'm so sorry. Artificial is natural, truthful, who speaks truth, solid and red. So nothing matches. Neither they are synonyms nor they are antonyms. So natural artificial is natural. Then exodus. We just did that reverse. There it was influx and then exodus. Exodus, as I told you, when a large number of people, when a large number, बहुत सारे लोग एक जगह छोड़ के एक देश छोड़ के एक जगह छोड़ के या एक देश छोड़ के दूसरे देश में या दूसरे एरिया में चले जाते हैं बहुत सारे लोग, तो उसको एक्सोडस कहते हैं. और जहां पे वो लोग जिस जगह पे या जिस देश में वो लोग आते हैं या जिस देश में वो लोग घुसते हैं वहां पे वहां पे उसको इनफ्लक्स बोला जाता है. जहां से छोड़ के जाते हैं उसको एक्सोडस बोला जाता है. So exodus is going, influx is coming in, right? Homecoming is not a word. Homecoming यानी घर आना, ये उनका घर नहीं है, तो इसलिए उसको homecoming नहीं बोला जाएगा. Return, restoration means फिर से उसको restore करना या उसको बसाना, that is restoration. Relinquish means to give up. Relinquish means to give up. So so relinquish is to give up, and opposite or antonyms to be possess. दे देना, रख लेना. Possess is to keep with oneself. Abdicate is the same as relinquish, to give up. Right? Denounce means to give up, not renounce. Then deny means to refuse. So relinquish here is to possess. The antonym is possess. Expand, well, that's simple. Expand. Convert, condense, congest, conclude. So expand and to condense. Condense means to no, the ice, the water condenses into ice. That is condense. Congest means congestion, choke हो जाना, to get choked, और बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ हो जाना, that is congestion. Traffic congestion we say, nasal congestion we say, है ना. ट्रैफिक कंजेशन जहाँ पे गाड़ी बहुत ज़्यादा जाम हो गया उसको कंजेशन बोलते हैं, या तो ठंड के कारण कफ एंड कोल्ड रहता है तो इसे nasal congestion. So that is congestion. Convert, you know. Then mortal. Mortal means which will pass away. Mortal means which will pass away. जो चला जाएगा, आया है और जाएगा. That is mortal. Immortal, opposite is immortal, which is going to stay for a very long time. Then eternal, divine. Then quiescent. Quiescent is not active. Quiescent means which is not active or not activated. That is quiescent. And opposite is active, right? Quiescent means which is not activated or not active. So opposite is active. Dormant. Dormant means which is in an inactivated state. Yani it is a synonym of quiescent. Yani not in an activated state, that is dormant. Weak, unconcerned, we know the meaning of that. Now, obeying. You need to agree, obey, that is easy. So, opposite would be refusing, right? Is to refuse. Ordering, following, you know. Contradict. Contradict means to negate something. To negate something means one says something and another one says just the opposite. यानी उस बात को negate करने के लिए when something is said, it is contradicting. I say something and again after a few minutes I say just the opposite of what I said before. So I'm contradicting my own statement. यानी पहले जो बोला था ठीक उसका विपरीत बोल रहा हूँ. So I'm contradicting my statement. Or say say I said that or say a report says that it may not it will not rain, and then the in the news and in the newspaper it says that there will be heavy rain, so they're contradicting, right? So contra, against, contradicting. Fraudulent is a common word. Fraudulent account, fraudulent phone calls, all those fraudulent messages, fraudulent email, we come across that word very often. So fraudulent means which is fraud. So opposite is genuine, right? Forthright means immediately, सीधा सीधी, forthright, उसी वक्त, right? Forthright. Candid means directly, frank. Candid means directly or frank, means बिना किसी घुमा फिराव के, बिना किसी tactfulness का directly बोलना. So that is candid. So candid and forthright both can be synonyms. Then flagitious means one who is wicked, evil, बुरा आदमी, heinous, that is a flagitious. So the opposite would be innocent. Opposite is, no, or the antonym of that is innocent. Frivolous means which is not serious. Frivolous means not serious. Vapid means which is you can say uninteresting. Vapid is uninteresting. Phika, bland, which is bland. Phika, not interesting. Unoriginal, that is vapid, right? And ignorant, one who does not know anything, that is ignorant. Am I clear? So these are the antonyms that we did. So that's all. Guys, what I would like to again suggest is please revise, please do these exercises, and not just this, because just we did 40 words today, and we will also record another, we'll post another video on antonyms. So just few words. I mean, like what the objective is, that not that only these words that we make you practice are sufficient. No, you at least, as I said every day in the beginning of the video, as I mentioned, every day try doing 20 words. Every day if you are doing 20 words, so in the month 600 words, and 6 months more than 3500 words. By the time you have done it, you would have revised many words. You would have revised at least 4 5 times, and if you would have revised those words 4 5 times, I can bet you will remember it very easily. Don't try to mug up, रट्टा लगाने का कोशिश मत करो, because vocabulary is not which you can mug up. Watch the video which we have there on the concept videos that is there. In the concept videos, I have told many interesting ways by which you can enjoy vocabulary. Once you start enjoying vocabulary, it will be easy to remember. Fine. Chalo then. Thank you for watching this video of Matrix DigiLearn, and all the best.